Welcome to this video. Here, we'll explain how to set up and use approval. We will show you how to set up notifications for approval requests, where to find an approval request, how to approve and how to reject a request. In the meantime, we will also explain the approval structure. To set up approval, you go to Setup, then Approval Settings. In this screen, you decide how many approvers would be required for changes in authorization for company groups, permission set groups, organization roles, and for authorization requests. For this video, we will set the number of approvers for changes in organization roles and for authorization requests to 1. To assign the approvers, you go to Setup, then Approvers. Choose the approvers and what they would be allowed to approve. In this environment, approvers 1 and 2 are allowed to approve assigned and revoked authorization requests. In addition, approver 2 is also allowed to approve changes on an organization role. Approver 3 is only allowed to approve changes on an organization role. An approver has to set up, in his own environment, which notifications he would like to receive regarding approval requests. To set this up, go to the settings and choose the notification settings. In the next screen, you can set up for which approval request you want to receive a notification and the type of notification when an approval request has been sent. Note that the approver will only receive notifications for the type of approvals assigned to that approver. Next to assigning the general approvers, you can also assign approval groups. Approval groups can be assigned to organization roles. This means that when such an organization role is enclosed in an authorization requests, the number of approvers according the approval group will always be required to approve such a request. To assign approval groups, go to Setup, then Approval Groups. Click on the New button to make a new approval group. Provide a description. For this approval group, we want 2 approvers to be required when a change has to be approved. Assign the 2 approvers, save and then choose the organization roles which have to be assigned that approval group. In this video, we assign the organization role of Finance Manager to this group. Save, and now the organization role will show the number of approvers conform approval group, instead of the default general settings. Another way to change the number of approvers for an organization role is to change it directly on the organization role. Go to the Authorization Framework and open an organization role. Change the number of approvers from the default into a number. Save. Send the approval request. When an authorization request has been sent for approval, the approver will receive a notification with a link to the request, after which the request can also be found under Requests for Approval. The request will show who sent the request, the type of request, when it was created, how many approvers are required, and the review button. Clicking on the response icon will show how many approvers are required to handle the request. In case multiple approvers are required, the overview also states what the status of approval is, who made that request and when. In this video, we made an authorization request, where we add an organization role to a user. This organization role is not part of an approval group, so any approver with the approval type to assign authorizations will be allowed to approve this request. If you agree with this change, you can use the Approve button. If you disagree with this change, you can use the Reject button, after which you will have the option to mention in a note explaining why the request has been rejected. When a request is rejected, you will need to process it first to finalize it. After the request has been processed, you can find it in the overview of the Processed Authorization Requests. It will mention the state of the approval, which is approved or rejected, and an icon of the approvers. Clicking on this icon will open an overview showing how many approvers were required, which approvers would be allowed to review the request, and who reviewed the request at what date and time. Should a request have been rejected and a note was added as an explanation for the refusal, this note will be visible in the approval request when you hover over the exclamation mark. If you want to know how you can set up an authorization request, please watch our video about authorization management. And that is how you set up and review approval requests. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more helpful tutorials. Also visit our wiki on wiki.controlware.com for frequently asked questions. Thanks for watching. And until next time.